Hello, hello. Today, I have a show and tell for you. I have a few objects that I thought would be fun to try to make a nicer background. And I tried to make it a cozy setting. And as always, as will always be the case with my videos, it's going to be very amateur. Because it's just for fun. So you might hear cars in the background, or things blowing out in the wind outside. But that's okay, because we're here to relax together. Because I need to relax. So I hope I can help you relax too. First thing I'll show you is this new sweater I got. I'm wearing it for the first time. It has cats on it. Cats. It's actually quite warm, so hopefully I won't get too hot while I'm doing this, but I like it a lot. It's very cozy. Hopefully you can hear the sound. I'm still experimenting with my phone mic. I feel like it's pretty good, but I'm not entirely sure what sounds it'll pick up. We shall find out today. One kitty face, the little pink nose. Another kitty face, with a little pink nose. And I have new nails. New nails for the new year. New nails for the new year. I like these ones because they remind me of beetle shells or butterfly wings. So, new nails. I did my little setup here. You can see a little bit of the camera stand. Or phone stand, it's not phone camera stand. And that is because this is an amateur setup. But honestly, I think it works pretty good. I got this phone stand from when I was taking a stop motion class. Stop motion is really hard. Not the art medium for me. But it did give me an excuse to purchase a phone stand. And when I purchased it, the first thing I thought was I could film top down for ASMR once I'm done with the class. And then I've only just got around to it, even though I did that class, I think, over a year ago. That's kind of crazy. And now it's already 2026. What's for? Alright, well, let's move on. First, in my background, I have a little wooden comb. I bought this from an artist at an antique shop selling wooden items. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to sit up a little like this because I am having floor time, so the setup is on the floor. I don't know if it's focusing. Which means I'm bending over. So we'll see how long my back likes filming this video. But our kitchen table is covered with Christmas decorations still. And I was too lazy to move them. So we're on the floor today with a blanket. Well, that's alright. From this angle, I can better see the framing without having to move around as much and make noise, because I want to make these uncut. So hopefully I'll have better framing than I did in my first video, because my framing was a little off, but I'm figuring it out. I don't know how long I'll spend on each trigger. I suppose I'm just gonna run with the vibes. How long feels satisfying to me. We have a little star corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Are they called tines? I think they're called tines. I'm not really sure. Tines of a comb. Or is there a different word for that I can't remember right now? Oops, you can see my dress a little bit, but I think that's okay actually. You can see my dress. I think that's okay. Makes it cozy, right? Because we're on the floor. We're on the floor. We're sitting on the floor, having a little show and tell. I do a book here. Perhaps I will show that book in a video one day, because it's really nice. It has lots of flowers. I mean, it's literally about botanicals. But I will not move it during this video because it is currently propping up my phone stand to make sure that it does not topple over. Shall we comb the blanket a little bit? Oop, I think it wobbled a little bit. It wobbled. There should be no wobbling. Alright, the next thing I have to show you is this Webkinz Googles. Oh no, wobbling. No wobbling. I got this at the thrift store a couple days ago. And I saw it and I had to rescue it. I got it for 45 cents. So it really was a steal, wasn't it? I have a little Googles. I think it's so cute. I love Webkinz. I've been getting back into Webkinz a little. I'll admit the site is very janky. I honestly wouldn't recommend it to anyone other than for nostalgia reasons, but it's still fun. It's just, it doesn't hit the same, I will say. You have the little rainbow tuppy on its little foot. lost my OG Webkinz account to time, which I'm really sad about, but I still have one from 2016. So I'm glad about that. But I wish they would release the original Webkinz pets as plushes again with the codes. Because I believe you can only buy them secondhand, or you can buy the pets online, but not with the physical pet, just the online pet, and I feel like that's a scam. I feel like it's a little bit of a scam. Because part of the fun is you get a physical plush too. But this Google's has beans in its butt. Beans in its butt. How do I shake it? I'll shake it like this. It's nice. I feel like my feet are gonna fall asleep because I'm kneeling. Googles, little Googles. Little eyes. Say hi, Googles. Hi, Googles. Okay, I'll put it back to be our little camera buddy for the background. Wobbly camera here. Alright, excuse me while I adjust my position so my feet don't fall asleep. That hasn't been that long, but still, my feet are gonna fall asleep, and we don't want that. What shall I show you next? Another classic ASMR trigger. I have a fun hairbrush. I have used it. I wasn't purchasing anything for this video. I'm not that rich. I'm just doing a show and tell. But this one's pretty clean. Because it's my special hairbrush. But it is Hello Kitty. It glitters. Watch the glitters go this way. Watch it go back. Can you hear the cars zooming? There's a pretty big road behind my house, so you probably hear the cars zooming. People with places to be. But right now, all I need to do is relax. Oop. It's making a glare in the light. Some glitters. I feel like I'm shaking. And that's on the weird position of me sitting on the floor. No stability. I wonder how long the glitters will last in this before it gets gross. One Hello Kitty, two Hello Kitty, three Hello Kitty, four Hello Kitty, five Hello Kitty, six Hello Kitty. Is there one in this corner too? 7 Hello Kitty. I can hear the swing outside creaking. It's been really windy lately. It was storming yesterday. But I like the rain, honestly. You know, so long as I don't have to be out in it a lot. And I find it really soothing. I don't want to touch my phone to focus it. Stop going out of focus. Because if I do that, it's going to make a little tap. And I don't want to edit it out. But you're not here for my very high quality video or my professional video filming skills. You can go get that elsewhere. Let's move on. Or actually, let's do one more glitter. I feel like it works the best on the camera. Going left to right or right to left. So let's do it that way. Alright. Oh, actually, one more. One more. There you go. I think I should put the hairbrush here so we can see it a little. It's making the camera wobble a little. A little wobbly camera there. What should I show you next? I'll show you this because it's not going to go on screen. I got a new case for my laptop. It was a Christmas gift. But I thought it makes the best sound. It's kind of like a puffer jacket material. If you squeeze it, it's amazing. It has a little like foam or something in it to keep the laptop safe. So it has a good texture too. But it's just a little case. Or it's quite a big case actually, but a case. So I won't break my computer if I move it around. It has Sanrio characters on it. Sanrio characters on it. It's not typically my kind of style, but I wanted something cute. I feel like a lot of cases are just solid color. And I thought this was fun. So it works. And I'm pretty sure it's like decent quality too, even with the Sanrio tax on it. So, oh, I shouldn't have that on screen actually. Begone brand. No brands. No brands. I'm not trying to sell you anything. This is for relaxation. Can you see my hand out here? No. Just checking. The stitching. Oop, that one is a little on the stitching. It mostly makes good noises, and sometimes it'll make a little noise that's like not great. If my nail catches it just right. Some more squishing. I won't keep this on screen when I'm done, because I think it's a little too busy to be in the background when I have other objects to show. But I think it's fun. Good squishes. Ew, did you hear my stomach there? Or I shouldn't say ew, it's just a little stomach noise. It's okay, we all make frog noises sometimes. I guess I'm getting hungry. I think it is about lunchtime. So, guess what I'll be doing after I'm done here. Then relaxing. I'll go eat something. At a different thrift shop, I found this little bear. I went with my friend on New Year's Eve, and I found this little bear, I believe, for 49 cents. Little bear for 49 cents. What does it say? It said, it's a Muffy from 1994, but I thought it was cute. Let's just a little gal in a dress. A little painter lady. I am also a little artist who wears cute dresses and the flowers. And I could not pass it up for 49 cents. I shall put it right there maybe, or maybe I'll put it like that. I don't know. How should I put it? Maybe like that. What did I show you next? Also for Christmas, I got some books. I love books. My oldest love. So I got some books that I asked for. Because any book lovers out there know you have to ask for specific books. Otherwise you risk getting something you won't read. So the first thing I have is a collection of Sappho's poetry. I didn't have my own copy, so I wanted one, now I do. Translated by Mary Barnard. I'm pretty sure Sappho's poetry is in the public domain, but I'm not sure about this translation specifically. However, my channel's small enough. Do we think Mary Bernard is gonna come for me if I read a poem or two? Let's read a couple. Let's see. I was so happy. Believe me, I prayed that that night might be doubled for us. It is the muses who have caused me to be honored. They taught me their craft. With his venom, irresistible and bittersweet, that loosener of limbs, love, reptile-like, strikes me down. These 100 poems and fragments constitute virtually all of Sappho that survives and effectively bring to life the woman whom the Greeks consider to be their greatest lyric poet. Mary Bernard's translations are lean, incisive, direct, the best ever published. She has rendered the beloved poet's verses, long the bane of translators, more authentically than anyone else in English. Put this here. And then I have one of my favorite books, The Hollow Places by T. Kingfisher. It's such a comfort read for me. The first time I read it, I was like, that was good, but it was kind of mid. But then, especially the first half, it really stuck with me. So I've since reread it 2 more times. So I've read it 3 times. And it's just a comfort read now. I love it, but I did not have a physical copy because I got it from the library in the past. So now I have a copy for my shelf, so I can reread it whenever I please. I feel like the horror elements and the imagery in this book is really wonderful. Some of my favorite horror in book that I've ever read, honestly. Did I say in book? Yeah, in a book that I've ever read. The Hollow Places. I really do enjoy T. Kingfisher's work. Everything I've read by her, I've liked at least. I feel like I feel like her writing works with me and just works for me, so I've never had a bad time reading any of her books. And I don't think I've given any of her stuff like less than 3 stars. I've always liked everything. And she has a lot of tropes and small details and stuff that just works for me. But yeah, so I do recommend this book if you've never read it. I feel like it's totally worth the read, even if it doesn't become a favorite book of yours. I don't think it's perfect, but it's perfect to me as a comfort read. And I feel like it is like actually spooky too. Especially the first half. The Willows. The Willows. Newly divorced and living back at home in rural North Carolina, Kara is helping out her ailing, eccentric Uncle Earl at his house, which doubles as a tourist hotspot, the Glory to God Museum of Natural Wonders, Curiosities, and Taxidermy. While Kara is closing up one night, she discovers a mysterious hole in the drywall along with one of the museum's overstuffed hallways of oddities, an opening that impossibly leads Kara and her new friend Simon to a sprawling area that simply can't be part of North Carolina's plane of existence. As they explore the apparently limitless depths of this bizarre and frightening new world, a hub containing portals to alternate realities, and bear witness to its cryptic warnings, they can hear you thinking, and pray they are hungry. Kara and Simon soon realize there is far more danger here than first anticipated, for they have stumbled upon a place of unyielding madness and terror, haunted by abysmal creatures that gather strength from one's innate fear of them. Ooh, I love it so much. Weirdly, this kind of cosmic horror, or like portal horror, alternate like universes, or alternate universe, alternate reality, different planes of existence. I didn't think it was really my thing, which I don't really know why, because I'm such a huge fan of fairies, like scary fairies, that I feel like it really like should have clocked to me as up my alley. But definitely it is. I'm always intrigued now when there's like a portal to like a place no one knows where it goes. I think last year, was it? I read Staircase in the Woods. I think by Chuck Wendig, if I remember correctly. I feel like that also kind of encapsulates that kind of horror. And I did enjoy that one, but it's definitely not on the same level as this in different ways. Because this book, I feel like it's kind of cozy horror, even though it is actually scary. But I would not say Staircase in the Woods is cozy horror. Definitely not. It's a little bit more intense, which is, kind of weird to say, considering some of the stuff that happens in this book, some of the imagery. But I feel like the difference is Staircase in the Woods is a little bit more triggering with what actually goes on and stuff, and the subjects talk about. Even though this has some grossness, isn't it? It's not, as heavy on the trigger, like horror exploring, like trauma kind of aspect that pops up in horror a lot. Yeah, I recommend this book if you haven't read it. I'll put it on the pile like this. And this will come as no surprise, considering I mentioned liking fairies. Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales, Book 3 of the Emily Wilde series, a novel by Heather Fawcett. But I love fairies, especially when they're scary. But I would say I'm kind of particular about the way fairies are depicted in media, though. And I love the way they are portrayed in this series as like alien creatures. Scary alien creatures. I love it. And I love Emily Wilde. She's an amazing character. I feel like this whole series really does stand up. And it holds its own. I have read this one, but again, I did not have it in my collection because I read this, I believe, on audiobook. So I have the other two books, and now I have this one to complete my physical collection. But if you like fairies, I do recommend this. Or even if you don't, I feel like it's just a good fantasy series. I feel like it kind of could be cozy fantasy, but I feel like it could also be in a category of like just, I don't know, fantasy. It is fantasy, but I feel like it could fall into the cozy fantasy category if it is cozy to you, because it definitely has stakes in it, but I feel like it's a little cozy. I feel like the characters make it a little cozy. And I also like the love interest, Wendell, because I am particular about male love interests. I'm not always sold, but I love Wendell. I love Wendell. He's so fun. I feel like the dynamic he has with Emily is done really well. Like, opposites, and then a fairy who is very much not human. And like Emily's like the only one who could handle someone like that. And I love that Emily is just a really smart lady. Which I suppose doesn't seem like a lot to ask for, but I feel like sometimes it is. But it's a very good series. If you're at all interested in picking it up, I totally say go for it. And I feel like some series have a problem where the first book is the best, and then the rest of the series just doesn't hit it the same. But I feel like this one really holds strong all the way through. I don't think the first one is the best one, but I feel like they're all still really good. I would reread all of them. Let's see. The third installment in the heartwarming and enchanting Emily Wilde series about a curmudgeonly scholar of folklore and the fey prince she loves. Emily Wilde has spent her life studying fairies. A renowned dryadologist, she has documented hundreds of species of folk in her Encyclopedia of Fairies. Now she's about to embark on her most dangerous academic project yet, studying the inner workings of a fairy realm as its queen. Along with her former academic rival, now fiancé, the dashing and mercurial Wendell Bambleby, Emily is immediately thrust into the deadly intrigues of fairy as the two of them seize the throne of Wendell's long-lost kingdom, which Emily finds to be a beautiful nightmare filled with scholarly treasures. Emily has been obsessed with fairy stories her entire life, but at first she feels as ill-suited to fairy as she did to the mortal world. How can an unassuming scholar such as herself pass for a queen? Yet there is little time to settle in, for Wendell's murderous stepmother has placed a deadly curse upon the land before vanishing without a trace. It will take all of Wendell's magic and Emily's knowledge to unravel the mystery before they lose everything they hold dear. I suppose that is a little bit of spoilers, but nothing too big. We're going to flip this one. You can hear the spine creak a little. Ooh, crack the spine. Creak. Okay. Let's put this like that, I suppose. And I have a couple more things. I have this beaded necklace that I made. It's definitely not the most skilled jewelry making. It's not the most high quality, but it was just for fun. And I feel like when it comes to art, and with just hobbies in general, you don't have to be especially good at it to enjoy it. And things take time to learn anyway. I feel like it's pretty. I just like the way beads sound. I like looking at them. And I made this, I think last year, 2025. I started experimenting with making beaded jewelry. I made a couple bracelets. It's honestly not that hard once you get the hang of it. The most time-consuming part is picking your design, figuring out what you want to go wear. And then once you figure that all out, you have your layout, you can just sit and put everything together. And it's honestly pretty meditative. I just love the way beaded jewelry sounds. I make charm bracelets. I love the jingling. And the sparkly, which should come as no surprise, with our glittery hairbrush in the background. My phone just said the frame rate was reduced. I don't know why. It's going out of focus. I think possibly because I've been filming for a while. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure, because I am just experimenting here. But that might be why. My phone might be like, you've been filming too long. But honestly, my phone is relatively new, even though it's not the newest model anymore. I feel like it should be able to handle it. It should be fine. But I may need to go eat something soon. But I have a couple of things left I want to show you first, before I go. Focus, focus, focus. Camera, focus on my hands. There we go. Focus. like that. And now I have some nature objects. I have this seed. I believe it's from a magnolia tree. It's dried. I used to pick these up a lot as a kid. Because you know, how kids make soup. And I liked them because they looked like chestnuts. I never did actually eat any though. Because I don't know if they're edible. They might be poisonous. So, don't go eat random things you find. Don't do that. I was not the kind of kid that would eat random things. I feel like it has like a slightly different sound compared to wood. I like it. Put this right there. And I have another seed pod. Or the other one's not a pod, this is a pod. It makes like kind of a velvety noise, but I honestly don't know if it'll pick up on camera. But this is a seed from a wisteria tree or vine. I'm not sure. I think it's a tree, but it grows like a vine. Maybe it's both. As a kid, I would also make soup. I'm not sure if this sound is picking up on camera, so I'll just do this really quickly, just in case it's not. See, I could have done a little test, but where's the fun in that? When you can just wing it. You can definitely hear the taps. I'll do it like that. Or I don't know, I don't like that angle. We'll do it like that. Yeah, it's better. And this is one of my favorite triggers. This pine cone. Yes. Sometimes I just do this just for fun. I just pick it up and drag my nails just so gently across it. I love this one. cat hair from my actual cat. Don't know when that got there. But I have a white cat. And as anyone with a cat knows, it gets everywhere. Can't stop it. It's just part of your reality. Ooh. Alright, let's add it to the background. Is it gonna stay? Is it gonna stay? Oh, there's a little flake. The background. Oops. There we go. Alright. Alright, everyone. I am going to go have some lunch. I hope this was as relaxing for you as it was for me. And I hope if you're using this to sleep, that you have sweet dreams and wake up rested. And if you're using this to relax like I am, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And that you remember to eat something and drink some water. Alright. Bye. See you next time.